Naveen Jindal has been given a ticket by the BJP to contest the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Here is why he's interesting. It's a combination of scams, electoral bonds and party switching. Now, Naveen Jindal is part of or one half of the Jindal brothers, Sajjan and Naveen Jindal, and the Jindal industrial family. Now, as of 2023, according to Forbes, this was the fourth richest family in the country. They have a net worth of about $24 billion. Now, big assets mostly are run by Sajjan Jindal, which is JSW Steel. Naveen Jindal runs Jindal Steel and Power. But of the two men, Naveen Jindal also has a political career. He was a member of parliament with the Congress party, just like his father was, before now joining the BJP. There's a history to this. O.P. Jindal, who was the father to both of these men, began his political career in the 1991 Haryana Assembly elections, where he contested on a Congress ticket. And after his death, his wife Savitri also held different ministries in different Congress Haryana governments. In 2004, Naveen Jindal actually debuted as a politician as well on a Congress ticket, and he won for 2 consecutive terms, but he lost in 2014 and then was not given a ticket in 2019 by the Congress party. He has now joined the BJP. This is why this is interesting. The big coal scam, or coal gate as it was called, that actually played a large part in bringing down the UPA government on all of those corruption charges. Naveen Jindal was one of the co-accused on that scam. So this is what happened. In 2012, he was accused in the coal scam. And the coal scam was a major political problem for the UPA, where basically it said it was accused by the CBI of allocating government-owned coal fields to private sector at a loss to the government, which means that you didn't make as much money for the government as you could have, which suggests that there was a scam in place. And this was between 2004 and 2009. Now, initial estimations by investigative agencies said that it had costed the government 10 lakh crore rupees. Then later, after the investigation, that got toned down to 1 lakh crore rupees. In fact, when the scam broke, it was so massive that the then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, had actually offered to resign from his position if he had been found guilty of this scam at all. But as the scam snowballed and the CBI began to investigate, there were industrialists that were named in the charge sheet. Naveen Jindal was named as a co-accused. In 2019, and this date is important, a special CBI court framed charges against Naveen Jindal and 4 others in connection with a coal block in Madhya Pradesh, in the Uttan coal block, allegedly for making incorrect claims and for deceiving the coal ministry for that allocation. Now, at that time in 2019, Naveen Jindal was already facing trial for another coal allocation in Jharkhand. In fact, those cases continue, and it was only last year in 2023 that he was allowed to travel out of the country because he is a co-accused facing trial, and the judge said that it's okay for him to travel now. Another piece of this puzzle is electoral bonds. Now, Naveen Jindal's Jindal Steel and Power, which is the company that he runs and owns, is seen to be the 15th biggest electoral bonds donor between 2019 and 2024. This is the period of time that I'm talking about. They donated 123 crore rupees. Now, incidentally, and this is important to note, of that, according to the Indian Express, BJD, Naveen Patnaik from Odisha, received a lion's share of 100 crore rupees. The Congress has received 20 crores and the BJP has received 3 crore rupees. But the company has brought all of those bonds after facing probes from the central agencies in the coal blocks allocation case. Now, the Congress has reacted to this switch and Naveen Jindal being given a BJP ticket. Jairam Ramesh of the Congress has said that basically Naveen Jindal has switched to the BJP because he needed such a giant washing machine to be able to wash away all of his scams, specifically the coal scam. And this is perhaps what, Jairam Ramesh is referring to. So there are 2 things. Personally, I would like to note at this point, for the Congress to come out and call Naveen Jindal guilty of the coal scam, effectively they are accepting that the coal scam had happened, which means that a lot of people in their system were guilty already, and he was already in their system. He was a member of the Congress party, guilty of the coal scam. On the other side, we've seen a pattern emerging of a number of people who were accused of scams that brought down the UPA government, who are now part of the BJP or of its allies. Let me give you an example. Janardhan Reddy from the Bellary mining scam has now returned to the BJP in Karnataka. Remember, between Yediyurappa and Janardhan Reddy, we're talking about crores and crores of rupees in that Bellary mining scam that took place. It's worth, quickly taking a look at it. Ajit Pawar, who is now part of, the NDA, an ally of the BJP in Maharashtra after the NCP split, was accused of the massive irrigation scam mentioned repeatedly by BJP leaders in their campaign speeches. Praful Patel, the aviation scam, has been accused of bankrupting or driving Air India into debt. Ashok Chavan and the Adarsh scam, also now part of the NDA and allied with the BJP. Chhagan Bhujbal in the Southern scam in Maharashtra, also now part of the NDA allied with the BJP. In fact, in Chhagan Bhujbal case, the Enforcement Directorate actually withdrew its case in court, saying it couldn't find the papers or the files with regards to this case, so they want to withdraw the case, and that's how that ended. There is, of course, a pattern here of very, very corrupt people who were accused of a great deal of corruption during UPA 1 and 2, who are now joining the BJP. And this is noteworthy because of the list seems to get longer and longer. And as citizens, I suppose it's important for us to pay attention to each and every candidate while we are voting for those candidates. I'm going to bring you breakdowns of who these people are and what their histories are as well. As you can see, I'm traveling. I'm not in my regular studio at home. So the background might change a little bit over the next few days, but the content remains completely solid. So give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you find this useful and you want us to bring you more breakdowns of different candidates and their histories and what you should know about them before you go into vote.